better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500. Call now. You're listening to WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit, your ethnic superstation, 690 days, 680 nights.
وسهلا بكل الذين ينضموا للاستماع إلى راديو بلدي أول راديو عربي أمريكي ويعنى بقضايا العرب في المهجر. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي ومباشر وعبر WNZK Radio 690 AM. صباح الخير بلدي، صباح الخير لكل مستمعينا.
Welcome to Radio Baladi, the first Arab, Middle Eastern, and American simulcast radio show. Radio Baladi is broadcast every Friday morning on WNZK 690 AM from 8 until 9 Eastern Time on Good Morning Michigan with Layla Al-Husseini. Our call-in number 248-557-3300. And now, stay tuned for the best radio talk show on Arab and American issues with your host, Layla Al-Husseini.
I am Dr.Atef Gawad. Join me the first Friday of each month at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
Expect from him if he ended up winning the White House. So today we will explore how he is being seen in the Arab world, among Arab Americans and also among African Americans here in the U.S. With us to discuss these critical questions are some of the most knowledgeable experts. From Michigan, Crystal Mayo, author, journalist, and radio personality. From Bahrain, Islam Alzeny, journalist and expert on Arab society. And from Tunisia, our friend and journalist, Mourad Teyeb. Before we start our conversation, I would like to invite our audience to call in with questions or comments. The number to call is 248-557-3300. That's 248-557-3300. We also will be joined shortly by community activist Malik Shabazz, organizer of the March and Protect against Trump. The march will take place Saturday, I believe. Let me start with our friend in Tunisia, Mourad Teyeb. Mourad, tell us how Mr. Trump is seen in Tunisia, among the Tunisian people.
Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for having me. In Tunisia, actually, the U.S. election is not very much an issue so far because a lot is happening in Tunisia and North Africa that prevents Tunisians from thinking and commenting on international news and events. But generally, Tunisians have always thought that, and I guess many like them in the Arab world, they have always thought and believed that the American president, whatever their parties are, or their beliefs or their policies, are all the same. Any Tunisian will tell you that I don't care who will be next U.S. president, they are all the same. In fact, I think they are right in thinking this way because the different U.S. presidents and regimes and political parties did not give much to the Arab world, did not help Tunisia in its democratic transition. And what is happening now in many Arab countries like Syria and Libya and Yemen confirms that Tunisians and Arabs in general can only be careless, to say the least, about the next winner of the White House. So in Tunisia, we are not very so far interested in the American elections, but most Tunisians, those I spoke to, those I know, hope that Mr. Trump does not win the elections.
Okay, tell us why. Tell us why. Why they hope he would not win.
Yes. Of course, like anybody else, ordinary people will judge him from his views he expressed publicly, and everybody agrees that his views, his promises, his decisions, his positions are very dangerous, not only to the American people but to foreigners inside and outside.
Can you give us, Mourad, can you give us just one example of a position taken by Mr. Trump?
This is just an introduction, because what I believe and what many Tunisians believe is that the dangerous declaration, the anti-minorities views of Mr. Trump, the anti-immigrant stand of Mr. Trump, and everything else he said and he promised are not a big issue. The biggest issue for me and for many fellow Tunisians and Arabs and Muslims is that Mr. Trump has only expressed overtly, publicly, what we call the American hypocrisy. And we believe that since Mr. Trump has been elected by millions of Republican members and representatives, and he will be elected or voted for by millions or tens of millions of Americans. That means that Mr. Trump's views and policies and ideas are not unique, are not special. The biggest problem for many Tunisians like myself is that Mr. Trump is only expressing a common view in the United States. Xenophobia, anti-Islam, anti-minorities, anti-immigrants.
Yes, but you just said it. He's only representing the views of some Americans, not all Americans. Okay, let me take a similar question to our friend Islam Alzeny. Islam, you have connections in Bahrain and also within the Arab communities in the U.S. Tell us how Mr. Trump is being seen either in Bahrain or within the Arab community here in the U.S.
Hi. Yes, I have a lot of comments about it, but I think in some other Arab countries, I think in Gulf countries, people are not interested to know more about the U.S. next election, and I think people in Arab countries don't really hate Mr. Donald Trump. They don't hate him and they don't love him, and I think they are not interested to know more about him, because there's a lot of issues in Arab countries, and just some people who are afraid he will prevent them from entering United States or something like that. But people in Bahrain, I talked to some of them 2 weeks ago, and some of them told me, yes, we see Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are same. We can't see any difference between them, okay? But one of them told me, I think Clinton can understand different cultures and different countries better than Donald Trump, but it's also depending on how you see the issues in Arab countries, how you see the Syrian war, how you see what's going on in Egypt. For example, a lot of people who support al-Sisi in Egypt, they support Mr. Donald Trump. they want to end the role of United States, the role of Obama in the Middle East. Okay, so that's why they support Donald Trump. Some of Bashar al-Assad supporters, they also support Donald Trump. If you are believe in Syrian revolution, if you are believe in 25 January revolution in Egypt, in Tunisian revolution as well, so you will think Hillary Clinton is better. But as I have seen, most of Arab people can say, yes, I support this candidate or I support this candidate. No, they see both of them are same, but Hillary Clinton is just better than Donald Trump.
Okay, let's take a similar question to our guest and friend, Crystal Mayo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Crystal. As you know, 1%, only 1%, 0 to 1% of the African-American community in the U.S. would support Mr. Trump. So some of the African-Americans find something they like about Donald Trump. Tell us why or what do they like and or dislike about Mr. Trump?
Okay, there's two things. First, I have my guest on the other line, Malik Shabazz, who can really address that question a little better, and I would like to bring him on. Then I would like to talk as a double minority, particularly as a woman, and how I feel about Donald Trump, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead. And then we will take Mr. Shabazz.
Okay, as a woman, double minority, I am offended by Donald Trump's comments, and this comes from the HuffPost, referring to women as fat pigs, dogs, slobs, disgusting animals, and three particular things that he said. Women are essentially aesthetically pleasing objects. I do not appreciate being referred to as an object. That pumping breast milk is disgusting. When, as a mother who breastfed my child, I know that that is the healthy way to prevent all type of illness, including it lowers the rate of cancer, breast cancer among women. Didn't like that comment. And that all women hate prenups because they are gold diggers. Now, as far as Donald Trump coming to the city tomorrow, and my guest Malik Shabazz, as well as the Reverend David Bullock, will discuss this further, I don't need him to come to Detroit just because his numbers are down in the African-American community to convince me in any way, because first of all, I don't know which Donald Trump is coming. He has about 6 faces. I don't need him to convince me that I need to vote for him, because I know who he was when he first started his campaign and who he still is. He's the scripted, to be changed, to get votes Donald Trump. I don't appreciate, I know how he feels about women, and I know who I need to vote for. And it's not because Hillary Clinton is a woman, but because I represent a woman and women, and I know his feelings about women. So I don't need his 30 minutes of rhetoric here. I don't need it. And can I bring Malik on? Malik, are you here?
Please. Go ahead, yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Malik, lawyer, political activist, lecturer, quoted, several people say, outspoken, truth-spoken, and the bring it on attitude. He is actively involved in the silent march in protest of Donald Trump coming to Detroit tomorrow for that visit. And the march is also scheduled tomorrow from 9 to 3. I want to pull a quote from the actual flyer. What's so bold about coming to our hood? What do we, as the African-American community, have to lose? And the answer was everything. Take it from there, Malik.
It's not going to be a silent march, a silent protest. You know, we have suffered in silence for far too long. That's part of what's wrong with us, is that we're too silent. We plan on being very loud, on being very boisterous, on being very bold. Donald Trump represents the clearest sign from a political standpoint on where we're trying to move America from. Somewhere where historically we may have been, but we cannot allow the clock of the civil rights clock, the human rights clock to be turned backwards. And it's time for everybody to unite. Black people, Latinos, Arabs, working class, poor white people, women, everyone to unite. And to say that we will not accept this, and that the Republican Party has made a major mistake by allowing this guy to win their nomination. He has shown blatant respect towards women, which, number one, when you mess up with women, you virtually have messed up with God, because every one of us gets here on earth through the sacred birth canal of a woman.
Amen.
So therefore, no man can be any better than the womb that produced him. So that's number one. Number two, he has shown, in my opinion, in my analysis, that he hates Arabs, that he hates Muslims. He wants to have religion tests. All of this is 100% unacceptable. If America is going to grow to become the nation that we all want it to become, then everyone must be welcome. America is better when we have an open door policy and equal opportunity for all. He has also shown that people who have certain disabilities, that he has no respect for them. So basically, we're coming to organize, to galvanize Detroiters for the November election, and to make it clear that we want nothing to do with any candidates on a local level or national level who espouse the political position of Donald Trump. We will not go
Tell me about the small percentage, 1% of African Americans who would support him. Tell us what would they find attractive about him?
Well, Satan is a master liar. Satan is a master manipulator. So you can fool some of the people. What is the old adage? You can fool some of the people some of the time, and you can fool some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all of the time. He's promising jobs now, even though he's been caught as being a slumlord to the so-called minorities he's let into his buildings, and he's been caught by the federal government refusing to rent to black people. But he's trying to talk to us all of a sudden. You haven't got nothing. Has your condition changed? You're being shot. Well, what has Mr. Trump done? What has Mr. Trump said before recent times to address the concerns of the black, of the Latino, of the women, of the Arab, of the working poor, and of the poor who have no work to do? Since when has he been talking to us until now, when it's come out that he's only getting 0.002% of the black vote? He's trying to increase his numbers among black people, and he's also trying to gain the sympathy and empathy of some white folks who like some of his rhetoric, like some of his campaign promises, but are afraid to come out and support him because they will be identified as racist, as white supremacists, as bigots. So it's all a trick. But we're asking people to meet us this Saturday at 10 a.m. 10735 Grand River at Greater Faith Ministries. This is what we're asking the public to do.
Is this march exclusively for African Americans?
No, it's for anybody. No, when we march, when we rally, when we protest, we invite everybody. The general public is invited. Now, you know, the city of Detroit is about 82% black, so, you know, you may get a larger number of black people, and rightfully so, considering what Donald Trump is trying to pull over on the people. But everyone is welcome. We don't care what your race is. We don't care what your gender is. We don't care if you got 3 degrees from the university or if you dropped out for some socioeconomic reasons in the 9th grade. Everybody is welcome.
Can I ask a question before you get out of here? You, like Bishop Wayne T. Jackson, and we all know it's been all on the national news, he is hosting Donald Trump at his show tomorrow for a 30-minute interview. Now, my opinion, it's scripted. It's a scripted interview. I just believe it's like, here are the questions, and these are going to be my answers. Because if not, why wouldn't he bring a real journalist, a hard-hitting journalist, to sit beside the clergy to say, here, we have some real questions for you. Now, you host the show. It's WHPR TV 33. You have a platform which you have welcomed that interview with Donald Trump on your show.
Yeah, I would interview him, but I would never endorse him. I would never support him. I have no problem with us listening briefly to Satan, to the devil, to Lucifer, to Shaitan, to Iblis. I have no problem because you got to verify that you are listening to the devil. But once you verify, this is evil, this is rotten, this guy is anti-people with disabilities, this guy is anti-people simply because they are Muslim or because they're black or because they're a woman or whatever the case may be. Once I have verified that in fact that I'm dealing with Satan, then I know to break wide or to get a club and go upside Satan's head after I have verified that in fact that he is Satan.
Now, can Donald Trump seduce black voters?
Did he do what?
Can he get black voters to vote for him after tomorrow when he comes in and he sits down?
He's going to get a few because Apostle Jackson is hosting him. I'm sure he's going to get a few. But for the most part, no. We are too wise. We've been here too long to fall for this. Donald Trump is like a retro jersey. We're looking at something like 100 years ago. Think about it. 100 years ago in our nation, politicians talked like this. He's trying to resurrect a bygone era where certain people know their place. If you're not white, if you're not a man, if you're not filthy rich, then you have a place that is designated for you. A woman walks behind her man. She can't lead. A Negro, when I come down the sidewalk, you get out in the street, even if traffic is coming, and if it's raining. They want to go back to an era. I remember when I was a little child where a wife could not do banking or get a loan unless she had the written permission of her husband. Well, good God, this is tantamount to slavery. No, we want an America that's for the people, by the people, and of the people. And when I say people, I'm talking black, I'm talking brown, I'm talking yellow, I'm talking white. I'm talking about people of goodwill who want to pull together. Our nation, our planet does better when we all do good. And that's the direction that we want to move in. Donald Trump is a retro jersey of a bygone era, and he is pleasing all the racists, all the bigots, all the prejudiced people.
Shabazz,
We can come on out in the open.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malik Shabazz, community activist, and he is also organizer of the March and Protect Against Trump that is taking place in Detroit tomorrow morning, Saturday. I want to go back to Mr. Islam Alzeny. I know you have to leave us in a few minutes. Mr. Alzeny, can you tell us, is there any indication how the Arab Muslim community in the U.S. would be voting come November 8th? Mr. Alzeny, are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think there is. At least last couple of months, I talked to some journalists to know how many people are going to be voting to Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, but I haven't seen any indication about it. So I don't think there's any indication so far. But most people will be supported Hillary Clinton. As I told you, most of Muslim people don't believe that Hillary Clinton is the best candidate to be the president of the United States. But they say at least she's better than Donald Trump. She will understand our culture, but from my point of view, I can see that Mr. Trump will ban legal immigration or will prevent Muslims from entering the United States. I think it's just a speech to attract some Americans who are afraid of ISIS. I think that's it. I don't think he will do what he said. He's just a businessman. He wants to be the president of the United States, so he tried to do what he believes will help him to be the president of the United States, and then you will see another one. I don't support Mr. Donald Trump, but I just see he will not do what he promised his supporters.
But Mr. Alzeny, you know that in 2008, a great number of Arabs voted for Republican George Bush. And there is a percentage of Arab Americans who are Republicans. Do you think that they would, being Republican, do you think they would vote for Mr. Trump just for being Republican?
No, it is very different. When you talk about George Bush, the issue that most of our people were talking about that Palestine, he will support Palestine or no. There weren't like Syrian war and Egyptian revolution and some issues in Arab countries. But now, I think most of Arab people, most of Muslim will support Hillary Clinton to be the president of United States. Donald Trump, he wants to attract right wing. So I don't think Muslim people are going to support him because they know Hillary Clinton will be such as Mr. President Barack Obama, so she can have the same ideas, the same beliefs.
Okay, Mr. Islam Alzeny, thank you very much. We'll be back after the break.
When you're looking for the best in optical care, Dr. Imad Nakash is your doctor to see. With years of experience and thousands of successful procedures performed, you can trust your eyes to Dr. Imad Nakash. See Dr. Imad Nakash and his professional staff for your eye care needs. There's 2 locations to serve you. In Hazel Park, call 248-336-3937. 248-336-3937. In Rochester Hills, call 248-299-3937. That's 248-299-3937.
A car accident can change your life in an instant. As a result of a car accident, you may become unemployed. As a result of a car accident, you may need a lot of medical treatment. People think that insurance companies are on their side. Why? Because they're giving them 1 or 2 benefits. Are they giving them all the benefits they deserve? How would one know unless you consult with an attorney? Call the law offices of JOUMANA KAYROUZ at 248-557-3645. 248-557-3645.
At Metro Detroit Endocrinology, we have specialized physicians using state-of-the-art medical devices for diabetes, thyroid disorders, and weight management. Call for an appointment at 313-914-5580 or come in and visit us at our new location at 5250 Auto Club Drive in Dearborn. Every member of our staff is determined to ensure the best of care for each and every patient. We offer many services including bone density testing, thyroid ultrasound biopsy, simulation testing, and diabetic pump training on site. Our physicians will diagnose and treat hormone imbalances and problems by helping to restore the normal balance of hormones in the body. We'll find the best solutions for your individual needs, and the schedule is never too busy to give you the personal care you deserve. For an appointment or for more information, please call us at 313-914-5580 or visit Metro Detroit Endocrinology at our new location at 5250 Auto Club Drive in Dearborn.
Life for Relief and Development is a nonprofit charity that has been providing humanitarian aid and development to people and communities regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background for over 22 years. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life rushes to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Life also has development projects to provide medical relief, water purification, educational programs, relief for orphans, and much more. Your help and support can greatly improve these efforts. All donations are tax deductible. For more information, please visit our website at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493. That's lifeusa.org, 248-424-7493.
From their first words to first grade, Dreamy Children's Center will help get your child on the right track. The highly qualified staff works closely with parents to provide an experience that goes beyond early education. We can help nurture important personality traits with the use of educational programs ranging from preschooling for infants to Montessori-approved programs and bilingual curriculums for young children. All meals can be provided and we can arrange for after-school pickup. Dreamy Children's Center in Dearborn Heights on Warren, in Westland on Ann Arbor Trail, and in Troy on DeQuinder.
I am Dr.Atef Gawad. Join me the first Friday of each month at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I will be discussing some of the most important issues and events in the Middle East live on America's Voice of the Arabs. WNZK 690 AM and WDMV 700 AM.
Okay, welcome back to our discussion. We are talking about Mr. Trump and how he's being seen among Arabs, Muslims, and also among African Americans here in the U.S. With us from Tunisia is Mr. Mourad Teyeb, journalist, and also from Michigan, radio personality, author, and journalist Crystal Mayo. Before I turn the conversation over to Crystal, I just want Mr. Teyeb, being in Tunisia, to deal with the question of whether or not the Tunisian press is covering the U.S. campaign You said, Mr. Teyeb, you said a few minutes ago that Tunisians are not following the presidential campaign, but does that mean that the Tunisian press is not covering the campaign?
Shall I speak now?
Mr. Teyeb, Mr. Teyeb.
Yeah. Believe me, when the Tunisian media mentions something about the U.S. electoral campaign, it's only when there's a big decision or a big event like the Hillary Clinton being nominated or Donald Trump being nominated by the Republican Party. Apart from that, the Tunisian media only mentions or speaks about the weird and strange quotes of Donald Trump during his campaign appearances. That's when the Tunisian media mentions the electoral campaign in the United States. They only comment or report Donald Trump's strange declarations and points of view. That's it for now.
So the Tunisian people don't know anything about the offensive or the seemingly offensive comments that Mr. Trump made.
No, on the contrary, that's what I was saying. They only know these strange quotes and declarations of Donald Trump. Everybody knows what he's saying about Muslims, about Black Americans, African Americans, about other minorities, about immigration, about his other politicians like Obama and Clinton and John McCain, about the Arab world. Everybody knows that, but only people sometimes joke about Donald Trump's quotes and reactions, but no more from that. In general, people, including the media, believe that all the American candidates, all the American politicians are the same, or so, in dealing with the Arab world, in dealing with Muslims, in dealing with the interests of the United States.
Okay, Mr. Teyeb, Mr. Trump has said that, has accused Mr. Obama of creating, of being responsible for the creation of the group ISIS. And I know that that view has a following among a segment of the Middle East population. How true that is in Tunisia?
Yeah, everybody, most of the people and the media reacted to that declaration by Donald Trump. And believe me, it did not surprise many people. What he said did not surprise many people, because in Tunisia and in many Arab countries I often visit, ordinary people will tell you, look, ISIS is an American creation. So ISIS appeared under the reign, under the rule of Barack Obama. So even if Donald Trump said it, many people agree, because they know that ISIS was created by some Western intelligence and including American intelligence, and ISIS was created when Barack Obama was president. So it's easy to say that Barack Obama created ISIS. So people, of course, did not understand Trump's quotes literally, but they were not surprised. They know that ISIS is a Western intelligence.
When you say they know, they just speculate. They don't have evidence,
of course, they speculate.
Right?
Of course, they speculate, because most people do not find a plausible, a logical, a reasonable explanation of who created ISIS, how ISIS was created. We don't have a clear-cut answer, so people keep speculating.
Right. Okay, let me turn over the conversation to our friend Crystal Mayo. I understand you still have some questions for Mr. Shabazz. Go ahead, Crystal.
Well, actually, I'd like to say thank you, Malik Shabazz, for joining us this morning. I appreciate all of your comments. Malik, lawyer, political activist, lecturer. And could you just close us out regarding the march tomorrow in Detroit?
Yes. 10 a.m., 10735 Grand River, Greater Faith Ministry. We're inviting everyone to stand together in unison against hatred, against racism, against turning back the hands of the human rights and the civil rights clock, not only here domestically, but across the globe, because we are in essence talking about electing the leader of the free world. So the ramifications go far beyond the continental United States. This is a global thing. We are standing up for justice, and every human being, no matter what their station is in life, deserves justice simply for being born.
That march is tomorrow?
Yep, 10 a.m., 10735 Grand River, Greater Faith Ministry.
What are the two cross streets?
You know, I don't remember.
Thank God for Google, huh?
Yes, I had to Google it, but I'm sure where you see the people of many different races out there and the signs and the chanting and the praying, you'll know you're at the right place.
Okay, so that's no color, no race. Everyone is welcome, since everyone will be affected if he is elected.
Correct. This is about justice.
About justice. That's right. Equal justice for everyone.
Equal justice for everybody.
For everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you
be
so
blessed.
much. We shall.
Okay.
We also have the Reverend David Bullock out of Highland Park, Michigan. He is joining us this morning as well.
That's right.
Okay,
Good morning.
go ahead,
Reverend. Thank you for the invitation, Crystal. And I think definitely the African American faith community will be out there tomorrow. I plan to be there tomorrow. I know Reverend Horace Sheffield planned something. He's going to actually start on the other end of Grand River in Wyoming and march up to Great Faith. And then, of course, Minister Malik Shabazz and many others will be at the corner of Grand River and Oakman. And so I think it should be a sizable amount of people. We have to demonstrate our disdain for the racist, virulent, separatist, exclusionary, ignorant rhetoric of Donald Trump. We also must demonstrate our unity. This is not about black Detroit. This is not about white Detroit. This is not about the Arab American community. This is not about the immigrant community. This is about all of our communities coming together and demonstrating our unity, and not just our disapproval, but our sense that Mr. Trump is disingenuous. He's not sincere, and he should not come to Detroit and get the pass, so to speak, and be able to have a symbol that somehow Detroit is behind him or his candidacy. And so tomorrow is going to be very, very important.
Reverend Bullock, you're talking about unity, the unity. What do you think about the invitation extended to Mr. Trump by a black church?
Well, let me say that I was horrified, personally, to see that Bishop Wayne T. Jackson was hosting Mr. Trump, had extended an invitation. But let me say that there are different black churches. Bishop Wayne T. Jackson is a prosperity gospel preacher. He sells soap, he sells water, he sells photocopies of his hands for people to pray on. And so that is not the best of the black church. When I think about the black church, I think about the Dr. King tradition. I think about the Harriet Tubman tradition.
Amen.
I think about Hartford Memorial Baptist Church. I think about folks like Dr. Charles G. Adams. I think about great luminaries like that.
Reverend Wilma Johnson.
There you go. Well, she comes out of Hartford. She comes
out of
Hartford.
That's right.
So
my pastor.
She's not too far from the great tree, I should say. Frederick G. Sampson, right? D.D. Coleman, definitely. So let me just say for all who are listening, Bishop Wayne T. Jackson is not representative of the substance, of the power, and of the prophetic tradition of the black church. He really is perpetrating a fraud in terms of trying to be a face of the community, and that's an important reason for us to show up tomorrow as well.
Can I put this quote in from you? Perfect timing. This visit to Detroit by Donald Trump is all smoke and mirrors. Came from you.
That's right. That's right. It is. I mean, it's posturing, and it's political posturing at its worst. And, it's time for, we have an opportunity really to demonstrate the true character of faith leadership across religions, of folks who care about justice and freedom. We have an opportunity to demonstrate real leadership tomorrow. And it's my hope that, people won't stay at home, that they'll come out in the thousands, and that the story will be Trump came to Detroit and folks told him to go home.
Now make that some national news. That's
right.
One last quote from the March flyer. It says, "What's so bold about coming to our hood? What do we have to lose? Everything." Could you comment on that?
Yeah, I think, again, folks like Reverend Horace Sheffield and Reverend Rideout, Moses, Pastor Lawrence Glass, so many others, I say, well, he's coming and saying he's going to save Detroit. If it looks like he's embraced, then it looks like we're embracing him as a savior. It looks like we're embracing his rhetoric. It looks like we're embracing his symbolism, even though he doesn't have a plan. And so what do we have to lose? Basically, we have the opportunity to lose our ability to shape the story, to shape the conversation, and really to tell the nation that we don't approve of the rhetoric of Mr. Trump, and we really don't think that he has the right character of somebody who would want to be president. So tomorrow, we will either show up in the thousands, and you will see red, yellow, black, and white. You will see Muslims. You'll see Christians. You'll see folks of the Jewish faith. You'll see all kinds of folks unified in a voice saying we do not support Mr. Trump, and that will be the story. Or you won't see thousands. You'll see a couple hundred, and then the story will be Donald Trump came to Detroit and was embraced. I think we have to make sure that we send the right message to the nation and to the Trump campaign tomorrow.
And
let me ask you this. Mr. Trump has apologized about some of the comments and things he has done, and he is also asking the black community to give him a chance. How do you respond?
It's reminiscent of George Wallace, Governor George Wallace, for me, who was a virulent racist and segregationist until he was injured, and then he apologized to the black community, and on the heels of that became governor of Alabama again. I would say any politician who apologizes, you have to read that apology as political strategy. I mean, what is Donald Trump's plan? What is he proposing? What is his tax plan for the nation? What is his plan for urban reinvestment, for neighborhood development? What is his plan to deal with the prison-industrial complex? What is his plan to deal with racial and religious profiling? I mean, this is a man who has proposed no plan. I don't want an apology from a presidential nominee. I want a plan. And until he does that, I don't even think we can take him seriously.
Please stay with us for a second. We will be back after the break.
Are you going to start a restaurant or grocery store soon? Do you need floor plans and designs? Call Naji Abood at 734-744-9796. Do you want to buy kitchen and restaurant equipment at discount prices? Call Naji Abood now, 734-744-9796. New Concept Products and Design, the trademark of kitchen equipment. 5% discount on all purchases of $75,000 or more. New Concept Products and Design, new location, 31185 Schoolcraft in Livonia. Learn more at www.newconceptproducts.com. Call Najee Abood, 734-744-9796.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Donna, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
Welcome to the United States. Please proceed to the passport control.
ماذا يقول؟ إلى أين أذهب؟ ماذا علي أن أفعل؟ لو سمحت، هل تساعدني؟ ماذا قال هذا الرجل في الإعلان؟
ألا تعرف الإنجليزية؟
أعرف، ولكن أساسيات فقط.
عليك بتعلم اللغة.
ولكن أين؟ يوتيكا كوميونيتي سكول ESL بروجرام، أساتذة متخصصون، منهج متميز، يمكنك التسجيل طوال العام. لرسوم التسجيل ومواعيد الفصول الدراسية عليك الاتصال بالهاتف رقم
586-797-6960 586-797-6960.
تحدث اللغة وتعلم نمط الحياة مع يوتيكا كوميونيتي سكول ESL بروجرام. تعلم، تحدث وأكثر.
قشات ميديترينيان ماركت بإدارة سهر قشات وأولاده يرحبون بالجالية العربية والكلدانية. جميع أنواع المواد الغذائية، البان طازجة، الكرزات والبهارات الطازجة. داخل الأسواق مطعم ميديترينيان شيش كباب يقدم يوميا جميع أنواع الكباب، المقبلات العربية العراقية وصواني الكامبو المميزة. تفتح الأسواق من 8 إلى 9 مساء من الاثنين وحتى السبت، ومن 8 صباحا إلى 9 مساء يوم الأحد. تقع الأسواق على 32839 نورث ويسترن هايوي في مدينة فارمينغتون هيلز. لحوم حلال للجالية الإسلامية. لطلباتكم من المطعم كول 248-538-7855. That is 248-538-7855. قشة ميديترينيان ماركت، خدمة متميزة ومعاملة راقية. وينتري مانر. صالات جميلة لمناسباتكم السعيدة. ترحب بالجالية العربية والكلدانية. أجمل القاعات لمناسباتكم السعيدة من حفلات ومؤتمرات. تتسع القاعات لأكثر من 1000 شخص. خدمة راقية، أسعار مناسبة. تذوقوا ألذ الأطعمة الشرقية والغربية وبأسعار خاصة ومناسبة لجميع المناسبات. تقع القاعة على 35100 فان بون رود في مدينة وين. للحجز اتصلوا بهم على 734-728-3020 734-728-3020. وينتري مانر للضيافة عنوان. أسواق زمزم الواقع على 24065 أورشارد ليك في مدينة فارمينغتون هيلز ترحب بالجالية العربية والكلدانية. تنزيلات كبيرة على عموم المواد الغذائية في يوم الأربعاء من كل أسبوع. لا تنسوا فريش كاري اوت، جميع انواع المعجنات، وايضا صواني الكامبو المشكله والصمون الحار. لحوم حلال الجاليه العربيه والاسلاميه، الملحمه باداره قصاب الجاليه المعروف سلوان جربوع. زوروهم على 24065 اورشارد ليك في مدينه فارمينغتون هيلز، او اتصلوا بهم على 248-476-0300. اسواق زمزم للمذاق عنوان. لجميع طلباتكم اتصلوا على 248-476-0300. اسواق زمزم للمعامله الراقية وكرم الضيافة عنوان.
I am Dr.Atef Gawad. Join me the first Friday of each month at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I will be discussing some of the most important issues and events in the Middle East live on America's Voice of the Arabs. WNZK 690 AM and WDMV 700 AM.
Welcome back to our discussion. We are talking about how Mr. Trump is being viewed or seen among African Americans and also among the Arab and Muslim community. And I have a question for the Reverend Bullock. Detroit, Michigan generally is known to have a large Muslim and Arab population. Any indication whether or not this community is joining you in your drive against Mr. Trump?
You know, that's a great question. From what I have seen, I haven't seen a huge indication that the Muslim and Arab community was going to join the protest tomorrow. But I have heard that the Muslim and Arab community was potentially going to be there tomorrow and was also planning other protests. I think if there were an opportunity for the African American community and the Muslim Arab community to show some unity, tomorrow would be a great day. And not just for Detroit, but to demonstrate that unity on a national media platform, and not just change the narrative about Donald Trump, but even change the narrative about these United States. You know, and what does it mean to make America great? Not, we don't, Donald Trump's rhetoric of taking America backwards to make it great, I mean, just really flies in the face of the reality of the greatness of this country and all of the different groups in it that are making it great now.
Okay, Crystal, we have 2 more minutes left. Would you like to say anything?
Yes, I'd like to thank my special guest, Malik Shabazz from Detroit, and also Reverend Bullock. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and all of your insight and your comments. You guys were simply wonderful. We pulled this thing together at the last minute. It was like yesterday late, but great show. Thank you so much. A quote. I received some information regarding you, that you genuinely care about the community and can't and won't be bought. And I think I can close on that.
Okay, thank you very much. In conclusion, I would like to extend my thanks to Crystal Mayo, author, journalist, and radio personality. Also from Bahrain, we had Islam Alzeny, journalist and expert on Arab society. I also would like to thank our guest from Tunisia, from the end of the world, Mourad Teyeb. Thank you very much, and I will see you all again the first Friday of next month. Goodbye.